This is my media focus group for crime drama. So, guys, if you enjoy crime dramas, which do you like best and why?
I really like Vigil because there are so many subplots to the main plot, and especially in the second season, you would think that the team of detectives had found who they were looking for, and by the next episode it would be something completely different.
Okay, I think I've said this in like everyone's focus group, but I really liked Eric with Benedict Cumberbatch on Netflix. It's obviously a crime drama, you know, his son is missing, but there's so much more to it other than focusing on, I don't know, the legal side of it. You know, there are different subplots for different characters, you see them as people rather than their occupation, which I think is really important.
Yeah.
Well, I quite like Lucifer, which is on Netflix, and I quite like that because you have the literal devil working with a detective to solve crimes, which I think is a really good example of good and evil, and kind of the middle ground between those two.
It's like an interesting plot device.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, out of overall settings, so such as urban, rural, suburban, what kind of settings do you prefer and why?
I definitely prefer urban because urban spaces are known for having higher rates of crime, and there's so many different places where.
So, like,
those
feels
crimes
more
unfold.
realistic
Yeah,
for it to take
definitely,
place there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, I feel there's a certain limitation with a rural landscape. I mean, I've seen it been done well, but I just don't know how different you can go with it. I think that with a city landscape, I think it offers more aesthetics-wise, I think.
I think I also agree with urban because you can get so many different kinds of urban areas. Like the difference between London and New York or Paris is all very different, and you can get a lot of variation.
Yeah. So, what sorts of genres do you prefer to see in crime drama? So, thriller, horror, murder mystery, whodunit. So, all sorts of different formats that you might want to put it into.
Personally, I quite like when there's a lot of killing and it's quite gruesome compared to a more innocent crime about like someone stealing something.
Yeah, so rather than stealing jewellery, it's actually following a murder that you
Yeah.
might realistically see as a
like a
massive
really brutal,
crime.
like bloody.
Yeah, like fancy stuff. It's like the thriller and the horror side of it. I think the knowing that you're going to be scared at one point is what actually builds the anticipation for me.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really like the gore and like the horror side of it. I prefer more like thriller and mystery because I think it's more exciting and more aesthetically pleasing.
Fair enough. What kind of role do you prefer for the protagonist to be in? So, like a criminal like Dexter, who is in the police to hide himself from being identified, or the typical detective or police officer?
I quite like the role that Dexter plays. I think it's quite interesting, and you never know what is going to be the outcome of the situation.
Yeah, I really like a two-faced protagonist. I think I like being able to see how they portray to others, and then also their more potentially violent and aggressive thoughts and how they act with those, you know, behind closed doors.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I like the two-faced, morally grey characters who you kind of hope might have a redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Thank you.